Take a deep breath. Slowly inhale, slowly exhale. Imagine that with each breath you're sinking deeper and deeper inside yourself. Listen to the silence around you, and follow my voice through the music. Breathe deep, gradually relinquishing control. Invite images to come into your mind. Invite feelings to wash through your body. Let go of everything that is limiting you right now. You're free. You're yourself. Continue breathing deep and imagine a person who is a victim. A hurt, beat down victim. This victim has been living in you, possibly secretly, possibly unnoticed, and now she is standing in front of you. She is part of you. Imagine this. Do not allow your mind to question anything. Just let this image into your mind. What does this victim inside of you look like? How tall is she? Try to look at her facial expression. How does she feel? What is she thinking? Imagine this image of a victim grow. Get bigger, fill all the space inside of you, and take over all your thoughts and feelings. From now on, you're going to live as this victim. Her feelings and movements are your feelings and movements. Feel her inside yourself. She is sad. It hurts her to be this way. Think back on your life. What evidence do you see which confirms that this part has been real in you? Think of all those days when you felt really down, and nobody was there to share your feelings with you. Remember those times when you went out of your way for someone, but what you've done was not valued, or even respected. Everything that you have done was taken for granted. Remember how angry you were when that happened. Remember how much it hurt. Think of how ashamed you were when you tried your hardest to do something, but it didn't turn out. And then it was rubbed in your face. Those who were supposed to be your support team reinforced your feeling of failure. They did not believe in you. Remember when you were a victim of the circumstances and could not do anything about it? What other memories come to you? Remember when you have just managed to sort through a real snafu, and almost immediately you found yourself dealt another situation just like that, and you became a victim again. Feel your anger. Your anger is rising inside of you. Your anger was rising in you back then also, but for whatever reason you could not or did not dare to express it. Maybe you were afraid to ruin a relationship. Maybe you were afraid to appear stupid. Maybe you were simply afraid. Or maybe you didn't want to be cruel. You just did not feel the right to express your anger, and you did not know how to do this correctly, so that you do not destroy everything. Who put you in fear? Who gave you this order prohibiting you from expressing your anger? Who told you it was wrong? Remember, all this did happen. And this is proof that this victim part is part of you. What people that you know today support this image? Who likes to nurture this image in you today? What things do you have around you, which help the victim in you grow and prosper? Maybe it's the type of clothes in your closet. Maybe it's how you structure your priorities. Think of the last incident when you found yourself in the role of a victim. Feel how this part of you feels so hurt, so helpless, so upset, so down. Now feel how much she fears to find herself in a similar situation again. Feel how you sacrifice everything, how hard you work to help her avoid being in this position again. You give everything you can to protect her from this pain. Now let's talk about the secondary benefit. The victim inside of you comes with benefits. Is there anything that you get in return when you play this role? Let's pretend that this is your secret plan, to play a victim. What benefits could you possibly reap? Remember how people came to your rescue when you were in problematic situations in life in the past? Remember how some of them jumped to your help, how you could avoid responsibility and have others do things for you. Imagine always being able to blame your problems on other people and emerge justified. Imagine your inner victim getting a lot of attention, with everyone rushing to her rescue every time there is a problem. Remember how it was only when you were allowing yourself to show yourself as a victim. Only in that role, only then, you felt the inner right to ask for help. Otherwise, you wouldn't dare. Think of the occasions of when, if people did not get the chance to see you as a victim, they would have never appreciated all the things you had to go through for the sake of the common benefit, or for the sake of doing things right. And it was only then that they listened. You had to be a victim in order for some people to admit that they were wrong. Only then they started to act like they care, not otherwise. Now, take a deep breath and lose yourself in the image. You've just become one with the image of the victim inside of you. She is no longer just a part of you. She is you. You and her, you are one. And now, as though in a dream, you, the victim, are starting to walk down a dark corridor. At the end of the corridor there is a door. You slowly approach the door and touch the handle. It is cold, it's made of metal. You pull the door open, and now you've entered a twilight zone. Here in the twilight zone, everything works by different rules. The people who are the most miserable and the most helpless take the prize. They get recognition, awards. They are the most honored and respected. Here the random occasions of when the secret plan worked and being a victim was able to save you from pain are no longer random. Here, it is the reality. The only reality. In the Twilight Zone, it's the most helpless wimp who gets the most attention. The people who live in the Twilight Zone try to deliberately create as many difficulties in their life as they can. They compete for being the worst at anything, for knowing the least, for having the poorest abilities. This is when they receive praise, recognition, and encouragement. In the Twilight Zone you are free and happy to create problems around you, and you enjoy feeling sorry for yourself. You enjoy the vicious circles. You embrace difficulties in your life, because only then the whims of your desire get fulfilled right away. And there are plenty of saviors around you. People sacrifice themselves in order to carry you. Here you are, happy to be a loser. You feel your superiority here. You're proud of the status of the victim. In the Twilight Zone, where victims rule, you're the best at making your life miserable. You're the most recognized victim. Being a victim earns you respect. You are happy to be a victim. Allow this joy to sweep through your body. Enjoy the attention. Enjoy the sympathy. Enjoy the appreciation you always needed, but never could get before. You hurt, but it hurts so good. Smile. Wallow in self-pity. Feel sorry for yourself. Give yourself permission to feel sorry for yourself, fully, unhindered. Give yourself permission to be weak, inadequate, the one who always makes mistakes, the one who cannot stand up to difficulties or challenges. The Twilight Zone will applaud this, it will support this right, it will reward you with benefits. Nothing now has the right to stand in your way, to stop you. Reap the attention, the care, the help this is giving you. Soak in all the benefits the Twilight Zone has to offer. You in the image of a victim are dancing. You're finally free from all guilt, restrictions, opinions, consequences. You can feel this way, and it is fully accepted. Enjoy this feeling. Is there a moment in your childhood, in your memory, that had a similar feeling? What was it? Where were you, and what was that event? Let your memory take you back to that moment. Live it through. Savor every moment, every detail of that memory. Then, imagine yourself slowly turning and looking to the other side of you. Look to the right, and with your inner eye you will see the other side of that personality. Now in front of you is a ruthless, controlling tyrant. This tyrant is rejected and unacknowledged. She doesn't care about any feeling, any sympathy, because she knows she will never get any. She controls everything around her. She knows no limits, no boundaries. Her wish goes, and no feelings are allowed to enter into that ratio. She gets 100% freedom to do what she wants to do. All feelings aside. She keeps everybody in subjection and fear. Take a look at this image. What does she look like? She walks around proudly, like an executioner. How tall is she? What color are her eyes? What does this sadistic person feel? Feel yourself becoming one with this image. Feel her power and her rage inside of you. Think back on your life when you were wronged, misunderstood in your best intentions, betrayed or lied to by someone you trusted. Feel that rage. Feel that moment when nothing else mattered besides your rage. It didn't matter what anyone thought. It didn't matter who was going to be affected and how. It didn't matter if you would be punished for it. All that mattered was the rage. The burning, all-consuming rage. Feel it. Feel it again. Let it burn. Hotter, brighter. Do not come up with any excuses, any justifications for their side. Just let the rage burn. As a tyrant, you're now powerful. And you're right, you've always been right. But now you have the power to enforce this. Now you can make people do what they really should do. The way they should do it. You have the power to enforce the way that will assure that everyone you come in contact with does the right thing. They will do what is right. They will not hurt you or others. They will not tell any lies. They will have no opportunity to betray you. Enjoy this feeling. Is there a moment in your childhood, in your memory, that had a similar feeling? What was it? Where were you, and what was that event? Who hurt you back then and made you so mad? Let your memory take you back to that moment. Live it through. Let the anger rip and savor every moment, every detail of that memory. As you calm down, remember the events of your life when you were able to manipulate people and keep them in fear. Remember when you were aggressive, when your anger got the best of you, and you felt the authority over the people and their inability to stand up to you. Then, in your imagination, turn towards a door with a metal handle, pull it open and enter the Twilight Zone. In the Twilight Zone, the tyrant is an accepted authority. She is feared and respected. This tyrant gets absolute subordination, and her word is literally taken as the law. You are proud of your ability to keep everyone under control. You walk around and with every breath, with every movement, you're receiving the freedom to be yourself. In the Twilight Zone, there is nothing immoral about being controlling. It is not wrong to disregard other people's feelings. In fact, it is encouraged. The tyrant is able to limit the freedom of the bad guys to do their evil. The power of the tyrant makes these bad guys weak and helpless. Enjoy your power, your competency, your safety, your independence. You protect all victims from being hurt. Every controlling step that you take is for a victim's benefit, even when it has to happen at the expense of their freedom or immediate preference. You are vicious, you're ruthless, and no one can say a word about it. You are going to make sure that everyone is walking the right line. Repeat out loud, mistakes are unacceptable. No excuses will be tolerated. Weakness is ludicrous. Hear the crowd in the Twilight Zone cheering for you as you say these words. Now imagine yourself turning away from the cheering crowd and your eyes land on the happily dancing victim. You slip out of the body of the tyrant, and now you're in the middle. Imagine how these different personalities start walking towards each other, towards you, and you feel the vibes of both of them. Remember their feelings that have just gone through you, remember both of them. Feel both of these parts in yourself at the same time. They are getting closer and closer to each other, to you who is standing in the middle. What do you feel as they approach? What will happen when they touch each other? Watch these two images meet and see how they melt into one. And as they melt into one, there appears a third image. Look at that image, What does she look like? Who is she? What memory comes to your mind when you try to feel this third image inside of you? Is this image clear in front of your eyes, or is it obscure? Vague? Vapor-like? What is this? This third image is the image of the warrior of light. She has just been born in you. She is strong and beautiful, daring, goal-oriented, ready to fight for the truth and yet carrying a compassionate heart of gold. This is Amazon, a warrior woman, a militant goddess of good. Welcome her as a new part of yourself. A warrior woman in herself, the qualities of both a victim and a tyrant, of self-deprecation and of ruthless triumph. Both extremes now complement each other in harmony. The warrior woman feels her female power. She savors the taste of a good, free life. She knows what she wants. She can use her anger to achieve the right goals. She can use her weaknesses to inspire strength in people around her. Feel this goal-oriented woman inside yourself. This woman knows her boundaries and can defend them. She is sure of herself. She is not easily vulnerable. She accepts in herself both the victor and a gracious loser. Feel her independence. Feel self-sufficiency. Feel the desire to act. The power to aim for the brightest, the biggest goals, the most glorious visions. The utmost desires. The wildest dreams. What does your Amazon look like? What is she wearing? How does she walk around? Feel how you're becoming one with this warrior of light. Feel this image in each part of your body. Feel. Breathe. Live. You are now a warrior of light.